Hey, good afternoon, guys. How's your morning going? Or how did your morning go? Mine's not bad. Getting a little warm, but it's alright. Looks like it's gonna rain. I don't know. Oh, we had a 20% chance of rain this week, but I don't know when. I can't remember. Hopefully everything's going well for y'all. One thing I wanted to talk about, and this is probably going to piss a lot of you mechanics off, but I'm going to say it anyway. So I see a lot of these previews on TV about, I saved this amount of money because of this or this or this, and it's, don't fall for that shit. I have never been to a mechanic shop, and like I said, my brother owns a mechanic shop, and I have never seen him charge anybody. I've seen this one commercial that's supposed to have been true about saved $11,000 on a transmission. Who in their right mind would pay someone $11,000 to put a transmission in a vehicle? Any vehicle. Unless it's, a tractor or something. I mean, that shit's expensive, trust me, I know. So just be careful with the ads out there about you can save this amount of money to get this insurance on your vehicle, and they'll pay for all your mechanic needs and all that crap. Okay, it's just one man's opinion to another. I don't want to see you guys get screwed at it. It sounds like that's what a lot of these companies is trying to do. I'm not a mathematician, you guys know I'm not educated, but anybody in their right mind either has a pickup truck, a car, van, whatever, and some mechanic comes up to you and tells you it's going to cost you $11,000 to put a transmission in your vehicle, go to another mechanic, because that's stupid. It's just, it don't make sense to me, okay? They really don't. But yeah, I see these commercials on YouTube and on TV when I watch TV. I normally don't, but unless I'm over at my friend's house and she has a TV on, I'll watch it. But I'm more into like antique shows and stuff like that. I don't care about regular TV anymore. It's all BS anyway. But just be careful out there with the mechanics. There's some places that charges a hell of a lot more than others, so always shop around. You know what I mean? If you have a mechanic that you trust, then that's a good thing. Always keep them. But there's another one like the sensor in your seat, right? Oh yeah, I'm gonna debunk this whole fucking thing if I can. The commercial said in the sensor of the seat it cost them $1,400 to fix. Oh, it don't. Who the hell is paying $1,400 to fix a sensor in your seat? It's an airbag sensor. It doesn't cost that much, guys. Hell, it's cheaper just to put a new damn seat in there. I'm just saying. A lot of places are charging you what, $215 an hour just to work on your vehicle. That's crazy. It's just nuts. I don't get it. I'm not a mechanic, never played one on TV, and I am not gonna act like I am. I've worked in mechanic shops, you know. I've done diagnostics and all that shit, and had all the big wig tools just like everybody else, but I'm not a mechanic. I don't pretend to be. But there is certain things I can do, and if you learn how to do, especially you guys, actually learn how to do stuff yourself, you're gonna save yourself a hell of a lot of money. Okay, even you ladies out there, changing an alternator is not that difficult. Okay, well, it depends on what vehicle you got. I know, like those little Fiats or whatever they are, can't remember, they're little bitty fucking things. You actually have to take the CV axle out of the front of your fucking vehicle just to get the alternator out. It's crazy. Yeah, I used to remember a lot of stuff about vehicles, but we've been working on vehicles since we were kids. You know, we did our own mechanic work. We didn't have YouTube to teach us how to do stuff. We had to figure it out ourselves, you know. So since now there's YouTube out there, you guys check it out, you know, and find the ones that have the step-by-step tutorials to do the stuff, because some of them videos out there are, I don't know, 10 minutes long, and the only thing they do is show you where it's at, and then tell you a couple of things, but they don't show you. And if you're like me, you have to be shown, or you'll never learn what you're doing. My biggest problem is I can't remember what a lot of stuff is called. So when I'm fixing something, I have to see what it is. You know what I mean? The hardest thing on a vehicle to fix, and this is the God honest truth, is wiring. You know, if you have a bad wire somewhere, you have to chase that sucker down, and there's wires all over the freaking place, right? So you have to figure out where that break is. If you guys have, you know, oil changes are easy to do. Anybody can do an oil change, okay? You just have to have a place to do it and be able to get underneath your vehicle to do it, you know what I mean? So, the way prices are, just think about that before you go out and spend, I don't know, crazy amount of money on a mechanic shop just to get something done. See what you can do first on your own and go from there, because if you don't, that's where all your money's gonna go. It's right inside the vehicle, and somebody else is gonna profit from it and take your money, okay? Especially if you're females, and I hate to say it, But a lot of mechanic shops will take advantage of a woman because they think they don't know anything. Do your research first before you go to a mechanic shop, right? And never act like you don't know something, even though you may not, but don't act like you don't know it, okay? Because that's where they're going to screw you. Some people are going to sit there and say you have to have this in order for this to work or this to work. Make sure first, because the only thing they're trying to do is build your bill up. That's it, you know. They're not trying to really help you unless you really know this mechanic. And that's the only, you know, if you can get a mechanic and have a relationship with that mechanic, then you're fine, you know. Normally they won't screw you over, but there's a lot of mechanics out there now that will screw you over. So if you can do the work yourself or do the research yourself to know exactly what's going on, and I understand a lot of people can't do this, okay? You're either a senior citizen and you can't get on the ground anymore, or you just don't have any tools, you know. But for easy stuff to do, you don't need that many tools. You don't need all these fancy tools out there that people think you need. I had all the air tools. I still got some air tools, I think. But I got rid of all of my tools, mostly, except for the small stuff I needed. And that would fit in my van. So I got rid of all my big toolboxes and all that shit. But even if you know someone that will do the work for you, or a case of beer, or a carton of cigarettes, or whatever, can of beans, it doesn't make a difference what. It's still going to be a hell of a lot cheaper than you going to one of these high price expensive mechanic shops and have them do it and charge you outrageous prices for something that takes them, I don't know, a half hour to do. You know what I mean? Changing a compressor in a van like mine only takes a couple hours, you know. And it's not, the couple hours isn't to take the compressor off and put the new one on. You can do that in probably a half hour, 25 minutes, right? It's the other things that you have to worry about, like the old Freon. You got to take that out first. You know, you got to drain the system, and then you got to test the system, make sure there's no leaks after you get the new one on. So that's what takes the longest. And then fill the system back up. That's the longest part of the whole system right there. So if somebody says, well, it's going to take them until the next day to do it, they're either busy or they're just draining the clock, okay? It don't take that long. I mean, don't get me wrong, they have to pay for the tools that they have in their shop. But if you go and you look, there is a rating for mechanics in the U.S. that they should go by. You know, like there's a program called Michelin, I believe, or Mitchell, or I think it's Mitchell, that you can set up everything, your prices and all this shit, you know. So just be careful out there. Don't pay for something you don't need. Okay? I'm just throwing it out there, guys. You can take it as a grain of salt if you want. Or you could say this guy don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Which, you know, that's probably true too. Yeah. But just trying to help y'all out. You guys have a blessed day. God bless you. Keep your faith. Always look up. God's always looking down. Love you.